Representative Owens of Utah is recognized.
Thank you so much for this. Let's just start off with one fact. Our system has failed our kids for decades. And it's interesting that as we try to get it fixed up, we have people who just don't want to change. So let me just kind of go back to 2017 when 75% of the black boys in the state of California were found to be illiterate. Here in DC, zero proficiency in math. We just had the study just came out that 64% of our kids across the country in 8th grade cannot read and write. So no, it's time to change, and it's time to change with innovation, with those that are at the table here looking at ways to get that done. I did a little AI stuff here, and I wanted to tie in ignorant and free can never be was one of the foundations of our country to make sure that we're always presenting the smartest kids in the country, in the world. Is ignorance, this is AI, is ignorance the lack of critical thinking skills? Ignorance is primarily the lack of knowledge. It can be also stem from lack of critical thinking skills, especially when critical thinking processes are inefficient. Is there a link between math and critical thinking? Yes. By the way, we're failing our kids in math. Yes, critical thinking is strongly linked to mathematics, as math inherently requires analytical skills, logical reasoning, and problem solving. Is critical thinking tied into reading? Yes. There are strong established links between reading and critical thinking skills, with reading acting as a powerful tool for developing of abilities by improving comprehension and analysis and evaluation of information. That being said, we need to bring this process back to where we're getting our kids to think again. Dr. Brumley, first of all, good seeing you again. You mentioned in your Let Teachers Teach initiative, you said that teachers deserve efficient, effective school leaders, reduce distractions, and higher compensation. I agree with the compensation, particularly based on merit. How is your state addressing these issues, and what is the effect on the academic results?
So the fact that we have moved from 49th in the country on the nation's report card to 32nd today and number 16 on 4th grade literacy is a testament to the teachers. Roughly 3 or 4 years ago, we had about 2,500 teaching vacancies in our state. Now we've got about 1,000. That has to do with smart policies enacted at the state and locals doing really good work. We've used differentiated compensation to pay teachers more in high-need areas, to pay teachers more for outstanding results with kids learning. We have kicked off our Let Teachers Teach initiative, which removes distractions from the classroom, removes excessive trainings for teachers. It removes bureaucracy that is burdening them every single day. And so we believe that there's nothing more important. We fundamentally believe that there's nothing more important than the parent for the child's success. But after that, number one is the teacher. And so if we can make sure that every classroom in the state of Louisiana is equipped with a high-quality teacher, we'll get great results. But unfortunately, teachers are telling kids, don't join the teaching profession, and that's a shame. And I think that we can correct that, and we are correcting that in the state of Louisiana with our Let Teachers Teach initiative, which is further empowering and elevating that profession.
Does this impact black kids and white kids together in terms of the strategies? That there's any difference in how this is being accepted and success of it?
So what we see when we look at our NAEP results is that Louisiana is outperforming relative states across the country in those reading and math scores. And 73% of the students in our traditional public schools in the state of Louisiana we consider economically disadvantaged. So when we're talking about growth from 50th in reading in 2019 to 16th today, those are all students. Those are economically disadvantaged students. Those are students with disabilities. Those are black and brown students. And so we're just trying to focus on the merit of this work and really having a laser focus on the pursuit of academic excellence every single day in our classrooms.
Okay, Ms. Rotten, I'm impressed with the evidence of the science of reading. What evidence would you give to teachers who want to teach reading effectively but aren't getting much support yet from their school leadership?
Thank you for the question. I think the best advice I could give teachers is lean on the evidence. I mean, the teacher is so powerful in his or her own classroom, and there's a lot that we can do, even if an administrator or district hasn't adopted the science of reading, to bring structured literacy into our own practice. Things like just focusing on phonics and letter sounds. And if teachers should feel confident to be advocates, we can't argue the data. And I would encourage teachers to invite principals into their own classroom, observe a science of reading lesson, and just kind of use that as the force to push this forward at their own site.
Thank you. Thank you for your innovation. Appreciate that. I'll get back.